Thank you. I want to start off by saying God is good. That's the only reason we're able to stand here tonight. And I also want to thank Lisa's family. Even if they don't recognize it, her mother, her brother, and her sister have given us tremendous strength. I also want to thank MTV. This is a big honor. Lisa would have been very happy. And I want to thank TLC's fans. We have the best fans in the world. And because of the fans, that's a big part of the reason why we're able to remain T-Boz and Chili at TLC. Thank you.
This is so hard because it's such a reality check because it's only two of us up here. And she's so missed. But we want to thank everybody for your support and being there for us. We really thank you. We love you guys, and we know that Lisa's smiling, and we just hope that she's proud of us right now. Thank you.
TLC, everybody.
Yeah. You had a bumpy ride, and it's officially over now?
Is the bumpy ride over?
Yeah. Is TLC over after this?
No, it's just TLC's forever.
But TLC, like, we're working 3D now, right? And there's a lot of material that you haven't heard that all three of us have done together over the years, from the first album to the fourth. You know what I'm saying? So we'll have a greatest hits, and it's a lot of work, just like how Tupac, but it's almost like he's still here. He still has work and work and work for days. You know what I'm saying? Whether we choose to keep promoting it like that, I can't see, but I'm not going to say you won't ever hear TLC's music again. No.
Is this really your last concert ever?
Well, we're thinking about doing some more now. The fans are requesting it, so maybe not.
So this maybe not is the last.
It was when we started this show, but I don't think it's going to go that way.
What made you decide that tonight was going to be the final performance? What was going on in your head that you're like, this is it?
I know, look. Well, again, like we've always said in our group, no girl is replaceable. And, you know, time and time again, people still ask us, you know, will there be a replacement? And it won't. You know, you can't replace Left Eye. Well, being on stage is like being at home for me. So I was so happy. I mean, it was a bittersweet time for us because we do love to perform, but, you know, Lisa wasn't there with us. And, you know, so it was a bittersweet moment. But the fans were great.
Yeah. Was it emotional, T-Boz? Was it being there without Lisa? Did you feel like my right arm is gone?
Yeah, we feel that way, but me and Rosanna make sure we don't make eye contact because we'll both bust up crying. So I'm like, I'm not gonna look at you. You don't look at me. So we kind of, you know, just focus on the fans and the show at the time, and you know, try not to look at the screen and Lisa, and try to just get through it for, you know, just for the cause.
Yeah, the fans were great. You said
fans were just.
It's like 50,000 plus people. It was amazing. Yes,
awesome.
to look out and see everybody sing our songs from top to bottom. It was just like
every song, even the little kids from, you know, the songs from 1992. It was like, Anthony, I was like, go on, y'all. It's great.
Hey, you know, you had said that after Lisa's death that you wouldn't tour again. Based on the fan reaction that you saw on Sunday, would you change your mind about that?
I mean, you know, we would consider it as far as, you know, like certain cities or whatever, but I mean, we don't want people to think that, you know, we say one thing and it's another. You know,
we're going on without her. It would be more so like a tribute concert for Lisa if
Exactly.
you did spot dates. It wouldn't be a tour night to night,
Right,
week to
not a
week.
tour.
Not like that.
Well, many of us who watched you as a group, we only knew Lisa Left Eye as a performer. We didn't know her intimately the way you guys did. What was she like to perform with?
She's a great entertainer.
Yeah, she's
fun,
excellent,
energetic.
entertainer. Yeah, so much.
Is that how she was in real
Energy.
life, in person?
Well, you know what? It's
A
kind
lot
of
of
funny
fun.
because it's almost deceiving in a way because in the beginning, if you meet T-Boz or if you see her, you know, you think that, you know, she's not very approachable. I'm sorry. You know, because she looks like, you know, like she might say what to you, but she really won't unless she's sleepy. And Lisa, you know, if you see her, like, in the beginning, she was like me. We needed a sedative to calm us down. But in the end, she kind of got more reserved. But then once the camera's on, it's like, what's up?
Well, I want to talk to you about your relationship because you guys had these great and distinctive personalities that sometimes clashed, and much was made of that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But I mean, you work with someone closely, that's bound to happen, isn't it, T-Boz?
I mean, it's like we're family. So, I mean, like if you get in an argument with your mom, you don't replace her. You just go, you make me
Get
sick.
mad.
I'll see you at dinner
Yeah,
tomorrow.
bye.
You know?
And that's it.
Because
That's
everybody
it.
kept saying, this is it, this is the last legs for TLC, they're gonna break up, blah, blah, blah.
But you know, the funny thing is it never happened. You could say everything, but the proof is in the pudding. We stuck together no matter what. Of course, yeah, we had some arguments. I can't stand you, can't stand you either. Then you're back hugging and loving on each other the next day.
While returning home from the studio on April 25th, Tian had a strange premonition.
I was in my Porsche, and I remember telling my security, I want to drop this car off because I don't feel comfortable driving this car this day because I feel like I'm going to get in a wreck. And I dropped my car off at home. And that was the same day. So, I guess I felt something.
The tragedy of Lisa's passing was amplified for Chili, who'd been desperately trying to contact her estranged groupmate in the weeks before her death. But the two would never have a chance to make peace.
There was no closure at all. I just cried all night. I cried all night, nonstop. I just couldn't believe it. I think so many things were going through me, like why and how, and, you know, not being able to reach her before she left. It was just rough.
The following morning, Tian and Chili made the toughest trip of their lives to visit Lisa's mother, Wanda Lopez.
When her mom came out, it looked like she almost passed out because she's used to seeing all three of us together. It was hard for her to see just two of us and not her daughter sitting in between.
The only thing I say is one is missing, you know, and I had to leave the room because it was like tearing me up.
I personally do not believe in death. You know, I believe in transformation. I do believe that there is an afterlife.
If I got a chance to see her once more, I probably wouldn't even ask her some of the things that I wanted to ask her at the time. I would just tell her that I love her.
Dreams are hopeless aspirations and hopes are coming true. Believe in yourself, the rest is up to me and you.
Like, what do you... In the business, we didn't have a choice. So that's why she's saying, like, if you feel like crying, if we was on the interview, we cried. But the unfortunate thing is people in press like that stuff. They got a kick out of it. Ooh, they gonna cry now. Right. So we stopped working for a minute, wouldn't go outside. Remember, we just buried ourselves in the studio where we didn't see nobody. Nobody could talk to us because it's just like, how do you get joy from our pain?
Crystal asked us something very personal. You really can't give someone great advice when it comes to death, because I believe that when it's your time to go, you go. And for T and myself, it was really, really hard because we never got a chance to grieve properly when Lisa passed away. You feel like at the time that you can never recover, but through time you can. It gets better. But I miss her a whole lot. Ooh, that's a change. Who picked that out? I did.
Oh,
you picked it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only because I wanted to compliment your hair.
That's something Lisa probably would have did. When Mira put on this wig, I kind of looked and I made a comment like, that's something Lisa would do, but I shook it off. You want to do the Lena?
We had a lot of fun during the photo shoot.
The last one.
And I'm hoping that the photos complemented with their vibe.
What's freaking me out is her eyes is something running. It was weird to me.
I know.
We took a look at the picture and I said, she spooked me out. She reads like Lisa. We're definitely not looking for somebody to remind us of Lisa or anything like that.
We should just call her and tell her.
Yeah.
Greetings.
Mira?
We wanted to call and tell you that we wanted to do your photo shoot again because we felt like with the wig on that you read a little too much like Lisa.
Okay.
So we want you to wear your hair in one of your styles with your normal hair color.
Okay.
You know, we want to give you a fair chance.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetie.
It was definitely not a point to look like Left Eye at all. They want Mira to be Mira.
I think they're all just wonderful, but that was just something about Mira
That didn't change.
that just captured my heart.
Yeah, I like Mira too. Yeah.
You know, she's very spiritual. You know, she kind of somewhat reminded me of Lisa. That's what she reminded me of.
It's funny that you said Mira put you in the mind of Lisa because, I mean, that is something that we don't want because that's not what we're doing.
You know, Left Eye lives on through us forever. We love her. This is her anniversary, 8 years that she's been gone. Oh man,
I'll take over. Yes, it's 8 years.
We'll have big hugs before we leave. Everybody will hug it out. So I
Y'all-
know it is hard.
Pay tribute TLC Day, TLC Day, TLC Day. And I'm not gonna look at Chili because then I'll start crying. So I'm gonna look forward. I'm gonna have tunnel vision. And no, but we really want to say thank you for all the love and support y'all been giving us all throughout the years. And we really appreciate y'all. And honestly, we still wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for y'all. And we're always gonna keep it going for Lisa and for ourselves. Because like she said, TLC is forever. There's your Left Eye impression.
You got to keep it going. You got to keep it going for sure.
Most definitely,
We miss it too
always.
much. We really do.
Always.
Right on. Thanks so much for coming in. We really appreciate it. Stop crying now because you look better when you're laughing.
Yeah.
You really do.
See, I didn't look at it. I'm just going to look this way.
Right?
Thanks so much for being here.
It's been 7 years since TLC had a concert performance in America. Because when Lisa Left Eye Lopez, our sister and bandmate, passed away, we decided to shut it down for a while. But now it's time for T-Boz and I to get back out there and do this. And I know deep down in my heart that Lisa would want this for us. Woo! Represent, that was for Lisa.
What's about to happen is downright incredible.
I remember when we were on tour and the three of us would be backstage waiting to go on and we're looking at each other like we're all pumped up.
First show in over 7 years.
And I think about her the most right at that moment.
The biggest girl group.
We always said when Lisa passed away that we would never replace her. Our group was meant to be. We were meant to be the three of us together. And that's how it'll always be. Lisa's family, they were backstage and we talked about the show.
Every time they saw this on the screen, the crowd was crazy. Yeah.
I miss her so, so much, but I know that she's looking down at us and smiling.
Lisa was pretty when she was little.
Yeah, that was pretty. That was her funeral program. Let me see. You never saw it? You was
like 1, maybe.
Even though Steffi and I grew up in high school together, we lost touch before Lisa died. I'm so glad we reconnected.
When that time period had come about, there was no way I could really get in touch with you the way I wanted to get in touch with you. And that tore me up. And I was so happy when you and I reconnected.
Don't cry. You gonna make me cry? I can't cry 2 days.
I know.
I'm sorry. It's okay. They did a really good job, like capturing like her life and stuff. Look at her as a kid. 10 years ago, everything changed. Best-selling girl group of all time, selling albums, selling out arenas, everything's gravy. Then Lisa Left Eye Lopez passes away. My whole world crumbled. I can't describe the chemistry that we both had and all three of us had. Have we ever had arguments? You did all right. Just like sisters, have you and your sister have an argument? Yes, you have. That's real. And we have something real. And that's what I love about her. Did I ever tell you how it happened?
No.
I had the weirdest premonition the day that Lisa died. I was in Atlanta. She was in Honduras. At the very moment around the same time that she passed, I felt like I was gonna get in a car wreck. I remember telling my security at the time, because I'm in this Porsche and I think, you know, something's gonna happen. I might get in a wreck. I feel like somebody's gonna hit me, but if I'm in my Hummer, it's like a tank. And I was like, they can't hurt me. I was like, but in this Porsche, I could die. I took all this time to drive all the way back on the other side of town because it was just so strong. I just remember not knowing what really happened. It's just she was in a car wreck. So 8 people in the car, everybody made it except for her. And that day was the end of TLC as we knew it.
Well, when she passed away, for us, it was just heartbreaking. You know what I'm saying? We didn't think about business or anything like that. It wasn't, and we were in the midst of recording 3D.
3D?
Yeah. And at that time, she had just laid her verse on this song we had called Girl Talk. And it was so crazy because we just felt like we were destroyed. Just, I mean, heart-wise, it was just, I never felt no pain like that.
I hear that.
And, but the record company was like, well, we got to finish the album. We're like, what? We didn't even have time to really mourn over her because they're throwing us back in this. But here's the deal. Either go back in the studio and finish this album, or we're gonna put out a greatest hits. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so like, no, we're not ready to put out a greatest hits. Yeah. And so it was just really tough because like I said, we had to go back and then we went through a lot of her, she had an album called Supernova and we, you know, found a lot of her raps and just tried to get certain raps that would fit the new stuff that we had. And so after that, moving forward, even with this new album, I think we're gonna try to have some type of tribute, but there are no more raps, you know what I'm saying, that we can use to put on anything. And really at this point, and it's taken us a while to get here, you know, myself and Tion, we're the new TLC. This is it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, and we always pay tribute to her in our concerts and stuff like that. We'll forever do that. You know what I mean? But, you know, if we want to continue to move forward, we got to listen to what that says, is we got to move forward. It doesn't mean that she's not a part of it because we're not changing the name. You know what I mean? It's still T-Boz Left Eye and Chili.
Me and Lisa were closest. We started out together before Chili. Yeah. So that was my home me, okay? The thing that I can respect about Lisa the most, no matter what, I'm the type of person, if you show me your real face, I don't care if you're a crackhead, alcoholic, it could be the worst thing on the planet. But just show me who you really are and let me love you for who you are. Don't pretend to be nothing else. And that's what she was. So I could love her with all her good ways and her bad ways because I could respect it because she just was who she was and she didn't care what nobody thought. And I love that about her because most of us stopped doing things. She'd be like, I'm about to do what I got to do. You know, whatever. She was loud, hyper, big spirit. Everything that you saw on stage was pretty much off stage. And, you know, like, people always ask me to pick one thing. I can't, because just her period is just like a bundle of fun. You know, she went through some things that, you know, where she wasn't acting the same. But, you know, everybody's human. And she was trying to find herself towards the end, you know what I'm saying? And then she didn't make it. But at the end of the day, you know, I could say I'm blessed to have had her a part of my life. And she still is, because we keep her living throughout everything we do. I'm not going to ever stop doing that. That's why I won't ever put another girl in this group. And I'll say this, and that's why it was really hard for me, especially now, because it was a realization. Even though she's been gone 16 years, we did a studio album after 15 years. And that was my creative partner. So, like, say if I would go buy the clothes and cut them up, she would spray paint them. If she named the album, I would do the artwork for the cover. So we worked really good hand in hand. So she brought so much creativity because, like I said before, creative inspires creative. But now I was left by myself. I know Chili's in the group, but that was who I was creative with, was Lisa. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So when she was gone, I felt empty. I didn't have anything. So it took me a minute, and I mean some years, a minute to get over that and figure this whole thing out, because everybody turned their back on us. They dropped us. They dumped us. TLC's over. Biggest girl selling group of all time. I worked hard for that record, and she passes away, and they're just like, F you. You're done. I'm like, what? What do you mean? No, I'm not. Even though she passed away, that doesn't hinder my ability to sing and dance.
Right.
I still have a kid to feed. I still have music in my soul. What am I supposed to do? Just say no? So I said, you know what? I'm going to humble myself, and I'm going to have to probably work and do some things that I probably, people would say I'm bigger than doing. But I'm going to go ahead and do it just to show people that I'm not done. But you just have to find your new normal. I'm very clear that it's not ever going to be the same, but whatever is when somebody dies, nothing. So at the end of the day, you find your new normal and you figure out how to make that work. And it only takes one to say yeah. And I kept telling Chili and Bill this, and we found that one, and that was Super Bowl Blitz on VH1. And I remember every rapper who was supposed to show up, and I ain't going to name everybody, they didn't come through because they didn't want to be the ones to take a chance on us. But I got Misty Copeland to do Lisa's rap. So she did a beautiful ballet art piece. And I was like, bump all the rappers. Dougie Fresh did come through. I'll say that. His mom had, how you say, Alzheimer's, or whatever yeah, because I can never say that word. Though. So I'm like, Alzheimer's or timers? See, everybody, y'all saying it different too.
Simers.
Okay. Well, y'all know what I'm talking about. So he's still with his mom in the hospital bed, staying up for 24 hours. I will always have mad respect for Dougie Fresh because he showed up with no sleep, same clothes he came out. And we did that show, and that was one of the best shows I've ever had in my whole career. And then all of a sudden, the next morning, literally, every promoter on the planet called us. And I'm like, oh, now you see we can still perform. No, but, sometimes you have to, and, we talking like over 10, 15 years in, and I had to reprove myself, So, a lot of things happen. But anyway, still incorporate Lisa. But it's just a blessing to say. And she ended up being my cousin, too. My uncle's married to her mom to this day. So not only was she my sister friend, she ended up being my cousin.
We incorporate her in everything we do, every show. As far as the album's concerned, so far we have an interlude. And, if we do a remix or figure something out, but the problem has been is she was on a poetic type vibe when she passed. And we kind of went through every vocal. Then you have some people who have stuff trying to hold it hostage for money, which is disrespectful, and they can't do anything with it without certain approval. So we just can't, and we use everything. So, you have to match subject matter to style, and, it's a lot of stuff. So
all of that.
Yeah, we took this, her talking, and it's the essence of Lisa that you remember, so spunky and loud and fun, and put some live music to it and made it a cool Left Eye interlude.
Dope, man. Yeah, my Gemini sister, she's a true Gemini.
Oh, so you're many people, because she had about 5 personalities.
Got some things
I
inside
named
of
them
me.
all.
It was something that